Ra is dying, venom coursing through his veins from a serpent Isis shaped with his own spit. And only one thing can save him: the secret name that anchors all his power. In Egyptian belief, a true name isn't just a label. It's the hidden essence that grants mastery over existence itself. And Isis is about to extract the most dangerous word ever whispered. But before that showdown, step back with me. We need to understand who Ra actually is. Because this sun god wasn't just a celestial body, he was the entire framework of Egyptian reality. Ra called himself the self-created one, the deity who pulled himself into being from Nun, the primordial waters of chaos, without parents or predecessor. His name literally meant sun in Egyptian, but he embodied far more: order itself, divine kingship, creation, and the authority holding the cosmos together. Picture this. Every day, Ra sailed across the sky in a solar barge, his radiance sustaining all life below. Then, at sunset, he descended into the Duat, the shadowy underworld, to face Apophis, a monstrous serpent whose sole purpose was devouring the sun and plunging creation back into eternal darkness. Every single night, Ra fought that battle. Every dawn proved his victory. That cycle wasn't just astronomy to the Egyptians. It was theology, proof that order could defeat chaos if the right power held the line. By the Old Kingdom, around 2613 BCE, Ra's worship was already entrenched. The Pyramid Texts, the oldest religious writings on Earth, carved into tombs around 2400 BCE, declared Ra the supreme ruler of the gods, the comforter of the dead, and the living embodiment of divine balance called Ma'at. Pharaohs weren't merely kings. They were sons of Ra, mortal extensions of his authority. That's the weight Ra carried. He wasn't a god among gods. He was the father of kings and the cosmic architect. Now, two myths reveal Ra's range, his rage, and his vulnerability. First, the rebellion. When humanity grew arrogant and conspired against the aging sun god, Ra's fury manifested as his eye, a divine weapon that took the form of Sekhmet, a lioness goddess whose bloodlust knew no restraint. Sekhmet tore through humanity, drinking blood until the Nile ran red. Ra, realizing she would annihilate his creation entirely, couldn't simply command her to stop. Her rage was too absolute. So he turned to cunning. He ordered his priests to brew thousands of jars of beer, dye them crimson with pomegranate juice, then flood the killing fields. Sekhmet, mistaking the scarlet ocean for blood, drank greedily until the alcohol knocked her unconscious. Humanity survived. Barely, because Ra chose deception over brute force. Even the supreme deity needed strategy, not just strength. Which brings us back to Isis and the serpent. As Ra aged, his divine saliva began to drip, a small but telling sign of mortality creeping into immortality. Isis, ambitious and brilliant, collected that saliva, mixed it with earth, and shaped a venomous serpent. She placed it on Ra's daily path across the heavens. When the serpent struck, poison coursed through Ra's divine body with agonizing potency. No spell, no god could cure him. Isis appeared, offering her magical skill in exchange for one thing: his true name, the secret word holding his ultimate authority over creation. Ra resisted. He listed his titles, his deeds, his visible names: Re, Khepri at dawn, Atum at dusk. But Isis saw through the deflection. The pain intensified. Finally, in desperation, Ra leaned close and whispered the name into her ear. A word so powerful it could not be spoken aloud to anyone else. The instant Isis received it, the venom retreated, and her power surged to equal Ra's own. She became one of the most formidable goddesses in the Egyptian pantheon, not through conquest, but through knowledge. That myth encodes a deeper truth. In Egyptian cosmology, authority isn't only strength or lineage. It's knowing the right name, the right word, the hidden architecture of power. Ra's influence didn't stop with Egypt. Over time, he merged with other deities: Horus to form Ra-Horakti, the morning sun, Atum, the evening creator, and most significantly, Amun, the invisible wind god of Thebes. The fusion created Amun-Ra, a composite deity combining unseen force with visible radiance, a god so encompassing that during the New Kingdom his worship approached monotheism. Amun-Ra became the most powerful deity in ancient Egypt, eventually eclipsing Ra's individual cult. Ra's worship spanned nearly 2 millennia, shaping solar theology across the Mediterranean and Near East. He established archetypal patterns: the solar god locked in eternal struggle with chaos, the divine ruler and father of kings, the creator emerging from primordial waters. When Christianity spread through the Roman Empire, it replaced Egyptian polytheism. But the theological groundwork, the drift toward a supreme, all-encompassing deity, had already been partially laid by Amun-Ra's dominance. Ra's mythology created conceptual frameworks that later traditions would adopt, transform, and carry forward. The lesson is this: even for gods, authority is fragile, and knowledge, the secret name, the hidden word, remains the ultimate currency of power. Subscribe for weekly deep dives that decode ancient stories and reveal the truths they hide. And drop a comment with the myth you want explored next.